Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley, and this is my realm of creativity where I mainly focus on makeup and fantasy related things, so video games, fantasy movies, books, stuff like that. If that sounds interesting to you, I would suggest to go ahead and subscribe, and while you're at it, go follow me on my other socials. And yeah, we're just going to do a get ready with me style video. For those of you who don't know what that kind of style video is, I'm just going to be putting on my makeup and chatting. A lot has happened. I've been MIA for a minute, and we're going to talk about it. This is the first time I'm sitting to film in 2 months, I want to say, and I honestly, first off, want to thank everybody who has stayed subscribed and has stayed engaged with my content. My last video is still getting views, and that is crazy to me. It makes me really happy that you guys liked my last video. I did have a book that I was going to do in between. Like, I had a book right after I did the Bells book. I think the Bells was my last video, and I didn't really like it. And then everything started, and I'm just probably not going to review that book. So, new location, I moved. I moved 2 hours northwest of where I was, and it's where Kyle and I had been trying to get to in the first place. So we're in the St. Louis area now, and we were in Southern Illinois for a really long time. It's where we met, and where we started dating. Pretty much our entire life was in Southern Illinois. And my family and his family, my family is on the Missouri side, and his family is not really the area that we're in, but close. They're here frequently. So I'm also, pause, side note, I'm not going to be talking about the makeup I'm doing. I've had this look in mind for 3 weeks now, so hopefully I can execute it the way that it's in my mind. And I'm not really going to be talking about any products, so I'm just going to be chatting about what's been going on. We have been trying to get to this area for a really long time, and we have finally made it. It took a little while. I didn't know when it would happen, and really the main reason we wanted to come back, well, to be near my family in particular, and if we ever decided to have kids, I need to be near my mother. That's not me saying that we're having kids right now. That's just me saying when or if we decide to have children, I need to be near my mother. So we're here now, and I am not working for Sherwin-Williams anymore, and I feel better now. If I were to have this conversation with you guys right when I have moved, it probably would have been a lot harder, because it was a lot of emotional change for me. I honestly thought I was not going to get out of that rat race ever. I thought that I was going to retire with Sherwin-Williams. As much as I didn't want to, I did not see a reality where I did not, that didn't happen. And that's no slight to the people I worked with, honestly. I met some of my best friends there, but me working for a company where I am not who I am normally, I did a lot of masking, and it was the most emotionally draining thing I've ever done, was mask that long every day, all day, and it was just a lot. So I am glad that I got out of it, and I am using my degree now. I'm using my degree, and I'm working with children, which is a demographic I never thought that I would be with. I was a psychology major. I always thought that I would be more along the lines of a Lindsay Doe, like clinical sexologist, or Shambu Dram. I don't know which one's her real last name. I never knew, and I'm not gonna pretend like I do. Anyway, a sexologist, a sex therapist. Like, I always thought that would be where I would be going. But I also knew I would take whatever job I got in my field to get out of Sherwin-Williams. So if I were to ever get hired in a psychology field or psychology job, I would take it regardless of what I was doing, even if it wasn't what I imagined myself doing in the field. I would take it to get out of Sherwin-Williams. I am a nurturing and creative person, and that just wasn't an environment for me. If you guys have been with me for a minute, you probably remember I made a rule with myself when I started my channel that I wasn't going to talk about work anymore, and that's when I was at Sherwin-Williams. And I made that rule because I would get so sucked into how I was feeling, and it was not good. I just made a rule. You can probably find it. I just made a rule that I wasn't going to talk about it, but since I'm out of it now, I'm probably past this video. Unless people ask me about it, I'm not going to talk about it again. The emotional and mental switch in me that has went off, man. I'm just like, I can't even tell you how happy and where my energy is coming from. I'm sure that I'll get tired once I've been doing this job for a while, but I love going to work. I love just my life now, and I can't even begin describe to you the 180 flip inside of me that once I walked out of those doors and I knew I never had to sell another gallon of paint again, how that felt, I can't describe it. But I have a couple of trainings I still need to do for my new job, and I'm almost done. I have a in-person exam this week I'm going to be studying for, and then I have an online exam I have to take, and then I'm all good. I wasn't gonna film until I got all my exams done, but I fell asleep last night and this ensemble came to me because I don't have a lot of red, and I wanted to do this specific look for when I came back to YouTube, so I haven't done it since I thought of it. And I'm going to do a clothing haul eventually, but I had to get a whole bunch of new clothes because I only wore Sherwin-Williams polos and khakis Monday through Friday, and then I went home and I was in pajamas. And then on weekends I was still in pajamas unless we went out, and in that case it was just old college clothes I still had. And so I needed a wardrobe spruce, and I've been big into thrifting, and we'll talk about it when I get there, when those videos come, because I know everybody has a different opinion on thrifting, and it comes with a lot of privilege and stuff like that, so I want to deep dive into that. I'm just saying that's where I've been getting my clothes. But last night this outfit came to me because I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna wear with a red look. I don't have red. I have blue, I have green. Those are my two primary colors in my wardrobe. I have some mustardy colors. I want to bring in some more oranges, but Kyle likes me in red, but I don't really like myself in red, so I actually took inspiration from this look from a look I saw on Instagram. That's the name I was looking for. I've been getting a lot into indie games, and I'm going to start doing some indie game reviews. I'm really, really excited about this, guys. I want your guys' opinion on my animal looks. Like, I really love them, and I've been seeing a lot of red-winged blackbirds, and that's the first that was the first like animal. I called them fierce faces, but they didn't really, I don't really like that name for them. Do you think I should change the name or like get rid of that series altogether? Because like they do the least well on my channel, and I love researching them, I love filming them, I love, like, I want to say Animal Planet, but that's not correct, like Planet Earth and Blue Earth. Like, I am a huge like wildlife documentary I'm a huge wildlife documentary person. I will watch them for days if I could. If I found a new one, I binge it so fast. I love it so much. But they don't do well on my channel. So I wanted to see what you guys thought, if you guys liked those, and if you did, if I should rename them, because they're a lot of work, and while I like it, I like producing them, I like doing them, they just don't do well on my channel. So I just want your guys' thoughts down below, opinions, please. I need them. How have you guys been? I've missed you guys so much. I've just been making lists of content and watching a whole bunch of stuff for people, playing video games, and that's about all I've been doing. So when we first decided that we were going, when Kyle and I were putting in jobs for up here when we were moving, we had a trip planned this summer. It was going to be our 1-year anniversary trip. It was going to be like a 2-week road trip. We were going to go up to Seattle, that's where his best friends are, and then Las Vegas, where my best friends are, and then to my dad in Texas, and a couple of other places. And we knew if one of us got a job and we had to move before that trip happened, that it wasn't going to happen, which is sad. So hopefully next year we'll be able to do our big trip or break it up into smaller trips, because we haven't had our honeymoon yet, which I'm sure a lot of other pandemic weddings haven't had their honeymoons yet. We also made the executive decision to not, I don't know if I've shared this already, but to not have like an actual wedding. We were going to have a wedding in like addition to our small ceremony that we had last year, but moving again definitely it's just not gonna happen. And we would much rather save our money for a house than we would for a wedding. And we actually tried to buy a house. This would be the first house in my family. Like, my mom has never owned a house. My dad has never owned a house. I would be like a first generation homeowner, and it didn't happen, but we learned a lot. It was probably the most stressful process I have ever been in my life. That's not even a joke. It was very stressful, and we are going to try again next year. And I know that like a lot of people have opinions on whether or not you should rent long term, because you don't have as much responsibility and you can move more, travel more, blah blah blah, whatever. For us, feasibly, it's not an option. We have 2 cats and 2 dogs, and it was a struggle to even find one place that would let us have both our cats and our dogs. A lot of apartments and houses have a 2-pet maximum, and a lot of them like put weight restrictions on as well. So Harper is like almost too big, and honestly, we lie about our weight all the time. So, but the point is, it's just not feasible for us to keep renting. And also, it's a dream of mine to own a house. And it's something that I never thought I'd be able to do. And if and when I get there, it would be a major personal accomplishment for me. That is just something that's important to me. And I know that a lot of people have, especially in Kyle and I's generation right now, there's a lot of feelings towards home ownership, and that it's like a waste of money and stuff like that, which I don't really have that much of an opinion on. I know what matters to me and what matters to Kyle, and that's all that I really care about. So I don't know when this is gonna be uploaded. I don't know. Yeah, there's a couple of things that we need to work on because we weren't approved. One, we were like 2 points under where we needed to be for our credit for the loan we were going for. And then they found out we were both starting new jobs, and they're like, how about no? So it was a painful process. Hi, Blanche. Alright, sorry if I am uncentered now. My cat decided it was window time. So, that's all. He just decided, yep, it's my turn, Mom, for the window. It's my window time. With my new job, I have a lot more free time. So I'm hoping to film more and write more, and especially because I have more energy and I have the ability to be creative now in a way that I really didn't, because all of my energy was going towards masking and performing at my job, and now I don't have to do that. So I just have so much energy, and I'm waiting for whenever I do like life changes, my ability to like write and world build, and oh, I got foundation all the way up on my eye. How the if did I do that? Fixed. Weird. It happens every single time like a big life change happens or I get like really stressed. I have like the inability to be creative. Like my worlds that I have in my hell, I have a hell. The worlds, speak right. The worlds that I have in my head that constantly like change and evolve and exist in my head, they shut down when I am in like when I don't have like the mental energy to do anything but what I'm doing. So when we were moving and looking for a house, my brain is still going through that energy drain at the moment. So I am having to wait until those parts of my brain reopen. There's really nothing that I can do. It's not like a block. They're still there. It's just a matter of waiting it out. And that's all. That's all I've got to do is wait it out. And then it's just like a flood of stuff will come. It's very overwhelming sometimes. So I am waiting for that. Let's put a little too much foundation on the other side, but that's... I'm excited and happy to be closer to my family, not just like my mom, but I'm closer to my grandma, who I saw for the first time before the pandemic. I didn't see her, so probably 2 years. I didn't cry, but I was crying. Like, I cried in her driveway before I went in, and then I didn't cry. Because I didn't want to make it weird. So, but I love my grandma a lot, and I haven't been able to go see her as much because of my job when I was working at Sherwin-Williams. Because I was in management, I needed to be in town most of the time in case something went wrong. And I have employees, well, I had employees, and they would ask off for holidays. So, you know, one of us managers always ended up covering for the holidays. And it was, I need a rag or something. It was just hard not seeing her, but that is in the past now, and I'm honestly truly so happy that I'm closer to her now, so I can go to holidays and stuff, because that was really important to me, and it wasn't something that I had the ability to do for a long time. So we are going to do this lower lash line and pray for me. It's really cool. I'm really glad that I thought of that. That wasn't in the initial plan, but I'm glad it turned out good. We're almost done, guys. I really did just miss you. I really did miss filming, and I can't even begin to tell you like how much I am so happy that I'm back. Okay, I think that that's it, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I am really happy to be filming again, and I cannot wait for some of the content that I have in my head. I really am hoping that those like indie video game reviews work out. I'm still working on the logistics of kind of what my film style is going to be with those type of videos, as well as like gameplay capture and stuff like that. So those might not be coming for maybe another month, maybe less. I have one game to finish before I do that, because I'm going to do like a comparison, because the two games I played were kind of similar. But anyway, I can get rambly, and I appreciate, again, everybody who has stayed subscribed, everybody who has been engaging in my content, even when I'm away. Blanche, hi, how are you, son? You can't see him. He's, okay, we're almost done, I promise. Ooh. Thank you. Everybody who has stayed engaged with my content, it truly means the world to me, and I will see you guys in the next one.